Good morning, family. This is your girl, Liz Kissoon, and I'm so thankful and happy to be here with you guys this morning. My mission here is to impact, inspire, and encourage. And this morning, I just wanted to encourage you, just to know that you are greatness, that you have so much inside of you, and that I want you to understand and know your self-worth. Know what you are worth today. Start to find your own value and know who you truly are and who you are called to be. And I promise you that in knowing these things, it's going to help you in how you make your decisions in life. You see, going after your God-ordained purpose, mission, and destiny, it is not for the weak. It is for the strong. And in order to do this, you have to know who you are. You need to know who you're called to be. You need to know your worth and your value. So today, you guys, I want to encourage you to know who you are. Know your true worth and your value. Like imagine if you had a piece of gold and a piece of copper, but you didn't know the value of these things. And you just go to give away, and they're like, oh, okay. Well, you're like, I want something to eat or whatever the case may be. And you're just giving away. You're like, okay, well, I'm going to give away this piece of gold. Treating it like it's a penny because you don't even know the worth. See, today I want you guys to really think about and truly understand who you are and what your worth really is. Like, would you give a diamond away just to anybody, for anything? The same way you would treat a penny? You guys probably all know that video or seen that video before where I believe it's like a pastor or a person, and they'll take like a $20 bill and they'll crush that $20 bill. They'll throw it on the floor and they'll stomp out this $20 bill. And when they take out the 20, they're like, what is this? What's the worth of this? And everyone says, oh, it's $20. They say, oh, well, do you still want it? Even if I put this 20 in the trash or if I put this 20 over here or whatever I might do this thing, do you still want this $20 bill? And everyone says yes. Because what? Because it's a $20 bill. Well, imagine. It doesn't matter what you've been through in life. It doesn't matter how much heartache, how much pain, how much adversity that you've been through. But knowing your worth, it doesn't take away from who you are or who you called to be. Know your value. And I promise you, the more and more that you start to reveal and understand your own worth and value, it will allow you to raise your standards. When you know who you are and who you're called to be, you're not going to allow certain things around you anymore. You're not going to tolerate certain behavior patterns even from yourself, yet alone from other people. So today, you guys, I want to encourage you to understand and to really know your worth. I know for me, for a long time when I was a lot younger, I had struggled with knowing my worth and my value. I had an idea of who I was and who I was called to be, but it was only a small idea. So I started with doing affirmations, speaking life into myself, seeing myself outside of myself. And then when I got to that point, I'm like, well, there still feels like something is missing. I still don't really feel like I kind of have an idea of my worth, but something feels like it's missing. And then I started to look to God and say, well, who does God say that I am? Because guess what? He created me. So He created me. He knows my worth. He knows my value. So instead of looking to myself for my own value, I started to look to God for my value and my worth and who I was and who I was called to be and designed to be. And I started actually getting myself in the Bible. I wrote down, I was 25 years old at the time. I wrote down 25 note cards of who the Bible said that I was. And I put those on the note cards. I put 25 note cards on my wall. And any single time, I would look at it as soon as I woke up in the morning. I was looking at it as soon as I went to bed. I was looking at it whenever I was facing any type of adversity to remind myself who I was. To say, hey, Liz, you can't be in this situation. How would royalty handle this situation? Is it even worth your time? Because I promise you, the more you start to understand and know your value and your self-worth, you're going to start to value your time a lot more differently. Remember, like I always say, your time is the most valuable thing that you have. So make sure that wherever it is that you are investing it, you're looking at what is my return on my investment? What's my ROI? Because time is more valuable than money. Time is the only thing you actually have while you are here. So make sure that whatever you're doing with your time, you're adding. Like, you're looking at, when I'm investing my time, is this going to help me get to where it is that I want to be? Like, is this helping me grow, or is this taking away from me? Because so many times, you guys, you got to understand, like, we're literally in a garden right now, and there's tons of weeds that are trying to stifle, weeds and thorns that are trying to stifle you from your growth. Become aware of those things that are around you to hinder you. Like, acknowledge them, but do not stay there. This is a life. Like, we can't predict what is going to happen to us in life. But the only thing we could do is think about how we're going to respond. So I want to encourage you guys, respond from a place of just wisdom. Respond from a place of knowing who you are. You are greatness. There's greatness within you. You know, like my mentor Les Brown always says, he says, you have greatness within you. And I want you to truly understand that. Like, you don't even know what it is that you're truly capable of. You have no idea. I actually have one of my friends tuning in right now, and his name is Christian. And I saw this man fighting cancer. And then coming out of it and being so strong, you know, like, it's crazy. You have no idea what you're actually capable of. And the only way that you can actually see what you're capable of is when you go through this pain, is when you go through these heartaches, these trials, and these tribulations. So, you know, one of the things that I do now, and it's crazy because I know I'm a little bit of a radical, but I look forward to pain because I know that with pain comes growth. I know a challenge comes at time to make me that I'm like, yo, okay, you know what? If this is hurting me, that means that it's preparing me for another level. That means that, hey, right now I'm about to break through. Like, we in there. You know, because if I'm constantly in the same thing over and over and over and over again, I'm all happy-go-lucky, I'm peaceful, I'm this, I'm that. Like, I enjoy my peace. Don't get it wrong. But all of that doesn't bring growth. That helps me find contentment in it. So I want to tell you guys, you know, like, as you're going after your God-ordained purpose, mission, and destiny today, and you're analyzing yourself to come in tune with yourself, to know your self-worth, I want you to stop giving people, situations, and certain things that are hindering your time. Because I want you to know you are destined for greatness. You are greatness. There's greatness within you. And understand that you could do any single thing that you put your mind to. Just be committed. You have to be committed. You have to throw everything into this. You know, as I was even sitting here this morning, I was just really, you know, my mind was just like, yo, there's so much and I'm so tired. But there's so much ahead of me that I have to do. And I'm like, well, I'm not stopping now. I'm not going to give up now. Because guess what? If this was easy, everybody would do it. But it's not. So I want to encourage you, like, and it takes me even learning myself and understanding my own self-worth to have the mind that I'm going at this. I'm like, yo, this is hard. But I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it anyway because I refuse to live an average lifestyle. I refuse to be average. Like, that is not what my Creator intended for my life. So that means I can't entertain average thoughts. Yes, I'm human. Yes, I'm imperfect. So these things are going to come to me. But the choice that I have, like every single person out there watching this video, I can choose how I will respond. And I choose to respond with strength every single time. And see, this strength is not my own. Because I promise you, if this was up to me, I don't even know where I would be by myself. But it was all God. I had to seek God in His face and His understanding, saying, yo, God, lead me and direct me. Give me strength, because I don't even know how I'm going to make it. I don't know what I'm going to do. So I want to encourage you guys, you know, as you're going throughout your day today, think about these things. Think about and really get to know yourself, understand your self-worth. And I promise you that as you start to analyze and understand your self-worth, that you are going to look at, okay, your standards are going to rise. And your standards are going to rise because you're going to be like, okay, I can't entertain these type of things anymore. You know, and it is so important. And I really want you guys to understand how great you are. And I want you to know that you can do any single thing that you put your mind to. And I promise you guys that if you seek God, He will give you understanding, He will give you direction, and He will give you that wisdom to live out the life that He built you for. Like, understand that when you were created with a whole mission and task already. Like, You are specifically like engineered, like those racing cars, like what, Maseratis, Aston Martins, like they're engineered to speed. Like they're engineered to go fast. And I want you to understand, the more and more that you start to understand yourself, like the thing is this. Somebody using a Maserati to go drive around in the city with a whole bunch of stoplights, they're not really taking full advantage of what the Maserati was actually designed for. Then you have people that'll take this thing out to the country roads and just whip it. You know, like they understand the car's value. They understand the car's worth. They're like, yo, this thing is fun. You know, they're using it to its full advantage. You know, so I want you to understand, know your worth. Stop entertaining things that are beneath you. Because the more and more that you get to know your worth, the more and more your standards will raise. You know, like really think about these things. You know, you are valuable. And I want you to really understand that. And I want you to share that with anyone that you have in your circle, to share that with them as well. I thank you guys so much for spending and investing your time with me this morning. I pray just peace, prosperity, and clarity over you all. And have a wonderful, wonderful, prosperous day. Thank you so much. Bye.